I started at the age of 8 years old. My father's first studio was in Menor, and I remember walking out into the garage and watching him grind and weld, and he'd stop what he was doing, and I can remember him handing me a welding helmet, and I just held the helmet to my face and watched him. And I think at that time right there I knew exactly what I wanted to be.
At that moment, Jerry Schmidt knew he was a metal sculptor. Schmidt learned the skills of the trade by working side by side with his father, artist Fred Schmidt. Together, they would weld, grind, and sand huge chunks of metal into big, bold, beautiful pieces of artwork. We recently caught up with Schmidt in a place where it all begins.
We're at my studio, downtown Cleveland. It's on the corner of 51st and Superior. It's my home, away from home. When I come into these doors, I have a sense of security. I leave all my problems outside the door, and my mind works. My father and I, we had a good time going to dumpsters and gathering pieces out of a dumpster, and these are some parts and pieces that we had found, and I look at this piece as the galaxy, you know, and what we see is the sun and the earth, and then this is the sky, you know, of the stars. And actually, you know, this being the solid form of the earth right here, rock, and then you have the sun and the moon and then the stars, and that's the fun part of this. You know, it's very powerful piece. I call this piece Guardian Angel. I'm a very spiritual person. I believe in spirituality, and I get a lot of ideas from spirituality. And this piece here is more or less me. It's the wings of an angel, and it's just a prayer, a person, myself praying and kneeling down, and it just because this is exactly how I feel when I come into my studio. I feel I'm protected. From rolling the steel and fabricating and everything, it takes me about 30 hours to build one of these, to build a sculpture. This particular paint is called a Zolatone, and it's an automotive paint. It's a hardener. Unlike this paint to the other paints that we use, this is a more thicker. It's a lot thicker paint. There's three particular ways in how I paint my sculptures. Of course, there's the Zolatone that's up there, and then there's the hand-painted piece that we've seen up on the top here, and then there's this piece, which is it's an automotive paint, acrylic, and it's I call this particular piece Liberties, more or less to dedicate my way of dedicating to what happened in September 11th. And it's painted the red, white, and blue. It's somewhat like the Statue of Liberty.
Schmidt's father passed away last summer, but just like the steel he works with, Schmidt has strong and substantial memories of his father, and it's those memories that always bring a smile to his face.
Every time I put my helmet down and I build, I know my father's with me. I know my father's working right through me, and I see it in the work that I'm putting out today. It's an honor to be the son of Fred Schmidt. It really is.